case a fight breaks out in the bottom lane as well. Very easy for Jarvan with ulti to get onto him. Top lane now is the focus.
Yeah, Trick did sneak past Svenskeren without him seeing. So this is a gank where Hauntzer will be going aggressive first. And this is the right setup for a counter gank if G2 wants it.
First blood is on the cards. Knockup finds nobody, but Svenskeren is unburrowed. Cocoon lands. First blood is going to be available and picked up by Hauntzer. Svenskeren is not going to die. He sinks the fangs in. Finally,
there's no fighting.
Expect gets 6 as well. The barrel comes back. The minions are working in his favor. Body slam finds a target. Hauntzer's running for his life. Flashes to safety.
Smart by Haunter in the end, saving that flash. He knew, okay, I need to just dodge the barrel from Expect and I will survive. So he gets out, but 1 for 1. First blood in favor of TSM.
With which Hauntzer flag and dragged into. You don't actually want to group up for this flag and drag. Everyone level 5, but he gets both of them with the initial set of damages. And then Svenskeren is able to repel after landing his cocoon, buying enough time for Hauntzer to hit. Then he lands his cataclysm, but Svenskeren's got no flash and no repel.
Yeah.
There's a turret on the other side, so like, what is he really going to do? Tries to edge a little bit of damage in throughout the cataclysm, but then Expect hit 6 off that kill and kind of turns it around.
Doublelift, one of the more outspoken NALCS players coming into Rift Rivals. I'll talk about that in a moment.
He has to wait now.
Because all of a sudden, the barrel comes out. That's a good stun into the wall. Cataclysm comes down, but Hauntzer's got no flash. And G2 make that look easy.
Flashes for the taunt. They're going to try and get a gank with Elise.
That's a flash over the wall. Follow flash from bjergsen. Taunts come out. Winds of War and the cocoon. Team solo mid get their first kill in the mid lane.
I think the counter gank could have been quite strong.
I actually feel like we see this quite often from G2, but let's talk about it after, because top lane, 3-man.
Well, Expect's just gonna die. Heroic entrance into the taunt and a Justice Punch to secure the kill. TSM with a strong... Yet again against G2. Trick's going to get caught by the cocoon. Devour's available. Stand behind me gets used, as does the Source. Now Svenskeren is the target. He jumped in with the repel. Gets killed by Sven. Support comes in for Team Solo Mid. bjergsen decides not to save Svenskeren. But look at the support on the minimap. Team Solo Mid coming in. Abyssal Voyage is going to deliver Svenskeren and Biofrost. Sven is the target, but it's Trick and Mithy taking all the damage.
Expect is here.
Here comes Expect. Needs to use the barrel defensively. Gets rid of Doublelift. Haunter locks Sven inside the Cataclysm as bjergsen takes him down. That's a double kill for bjergsen. Cocoon on the back end secures another kill for TSM.
We talked about how TomKench and Galio together, with the mobility they have, they can set up some of these plays here where G2 will maybe not expect it. And after they actually punished Svenskeren for being too aggressive, they pushed for that one tower. They saw it right in front of them, but perkz, of course, unable to join. And then suddenly, TomKench ulti into a Galio ulti, and everyone from TSM is in the bottom lane.
So well. They've been great at using things like Rise Ultimate and Talia Wall, and this is just another example of that. So TomKench comes in with the Jarvan, then they immediately get the Galio in there. So 3 people essentially teleporting into the middle of the lane. Expect tries to match, but he's too slow, and perkz also isn't there. So TSM had 5 people there from the beginning, whereas for G2, it was 3, and then slowly 4, and then the 5th, and never is it an even-numbered fight. They end up losing 4 people and the turret. A disaster for G2.
The tension continues to build. G2 looking to re-engage. The Unburrow gets 2. There's a body slam as well. perkz' scatter the weak, not the greatest. And the taunt only catches Expect. This is good for G2 Esports. Mithy's the target as the Unbreakable blocks some damage. And Sven takes down Hauntzzer. It's MSI all over again.
For Baron, they pop another one down, as we see right there, and they force TSM into a decision. Now, though, Hauntzzer on ward. They know that they're baiting for a fight. Let's see it.
Hauntzzer gets tagged up. Sorry to Fishers, he is caught to the Unburrow. The Voidooz buys a couple seconds of time as the hero's entrance comes down. Trick is the target, 300 HP. Great Cataclysm from Hauntzzer. Sven with the flash manages to escape. perkz takes down Svenskeren. bjergsen trying to get onto Sven. Mithy's on the front line with the help of Expect, and everybody from TSM is low. Winds of War tagging on Sven, but he's unkillable. That's a double kill for perkz. Looking for more from TSM, and the gold lead matters not. Post-traumatic stress disorder, 26 6 minutes in, and G2 with a great Baron react.
Yeah, Hanser using his Flag and Drake on the Rek'Sai, and then what is that Galio ultimate? It's used way too early. You need to use that on the Cataclysm. Textbook use of this team composition. It allows perkz and Sven, in this case, to kind of free hit the back of the fight. bjergsen stuck there. You can see Doublelift doesn't have a last whisper yet, so we can't cut through expect. And yes, the 3,000 gold lead doesn't mean anything when the fights are playing out in this way, and G2 using their team fighting skills much better than TSM. Has to answer. If they fight, watch to see if Sven gets jumped on.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. There's the fight. Broom comes up, perkz is the target. He used the flash earlier. TSM with all the tools available. Easily take down perkz. It's a 4-on-5. TSM still maintain control. Yeah, Sven Skarin has no flash. They use the majority of their initiation. It's going to be much harder for them to re-engage this next time. All right, Baron, 6,000 HP. It's not going very low. Doublelift trying his best to get those autos down. 4,000 HP. Knock up onto bjergsen as he is now thinking about turning. Tricks going in onto the front line. Tricks the target. 2,000 HP. Barrel from expect splits up TSM and Mythi's blocking what he can. Sven remains untouched. He's got bjergsen. The Devour comes out. Now Biofrost is stunned. Needs to pop the Grey Health. bjergsen running for his life. Crucially for the EU LCS, Baron is interrupted. Very, very well. I love the fact that they know TSM can't kill Baron quickly, but now they... Oh, it's happening! The flash, Sven is the target, not going to be able to escape this time round, but the knockback is bought time! Sven is taken down by Hanser and bjergsen as they double up. Defensive moves from the rest of G2. Knock up under the tower. perkz manages to cleanse until Sven Skarin gets that venomous bite. Resets from Doublelift. Rocket jump into flash. Trick is the target. Red buff bursting away as he rocket jumps back to safety.
They got the fight just in time. They had a few seconds left before flashes from perkz and Sven would be ready. They instantly engaged with G2 walking up that mid lane. Hanser and bjergsen with the synergy this time around. They actually win the fight to get the Baron.
I don't know how it took them so long. It's very simple. You use the Jarvan ult on the Kog'Maw and Galio ults after. You're done. Then you win the fight. It took them 31 minutes to do it, but they finally do it and they get the Baron.
Game by TSM consistently, and then it's TSM struggling to get that big advantage to really say, now we can try and close out the game. This took them 30 minutes to get a fight like this here. No flash on Sven. They get onto him with everything. And G2 Esports were most likely saying, like, we got a few seconds left on the flashes. Don't fight, don't fight. And then they see the Jarvan fly over the wall, and suddenly they lose the fight. Yeah, to Sven's credit, he hasn't been giving TSM many opportunities, which is why they've been using it on some other people. Still think they should have done it a little bit earlier, because now I do feel like the game is at a breaking point. Looking at the way that the Galio and the Jarvan build, you see the Titanic Hydra and the Black Cleaver from Jarvan, and then tank items. And you only see tank items from the Galio.
Goggles of his own and the Thornmail. Cocoon will cost Mythi his life.
There's the Trist damage coming through finally.
Open that mid lane as well with the inhib. They're going for that tower.
Right. Scatter the weak comes out. I'm looking for Expect's barrel to split up TSM. There it is. Biofrost is on the front line, but Doublelift remains unkilled. Sven is untouched. perkz has got one. That was a 3 or 4 man stun. bjergsen's a target of Sven, while the rest of G2 tried to get TSM. This will buy some time as bjergsen maintains his life for a few seconds longer. Doublelift flashes forward for the kill. But flash economics means if another fight breaks out, he needs to be extra careful.
Yeah, Trist a little more mobile than Kog'Maw, still has the rocket jumps. Trick got a little bit ambitious at the end of that fight. Rek'Sai ulting to chase onto Doublelift while the rest of G2 was dealing with bjergsen in a re-engage.
What? Just gonna go down. That flag and drag was just sad. But you know what? Trick said, I'll re-engage. Hanser figured he should have a shot too.
Yeah, and TSM here definitely overstayed. They wanted to get the turret without the Baron buff, so what happened is Doublelift took a lot of damage on the back end of the fight, but then is only at about 25% health, so can never really fully engage. And some massive stuns came through from perkz. The extended team fight after ulting, getting the multi-ball stun.
Also, Mythi finding his way just in front of Doublelift, standing there, put up his shield. You know, at this point, Braum is actually fairly tanky because he's able to build things like Knight's Vow. He's now going towards Locket as well. So it is actually pretty hard to kill Mythi quickly, and he's able to just stand right there in front of Doublelift, making sure he does no damage. This,
what do you think Hanser's thinking here?
He's thinking triple kill, but it's just not going to happen. He had the blast cone right there for a free escape. DOUBLELIFT and Svenskeren maybe thought they'd be able to take the 3 and 3, but Elder Drake going down right now. TSM has to fight it.
All right, teleport's coming in from behind the pit. It's Hornster with Cataclysm available. This is going to be massive. Interrupted. Locks down Sven. Sven decides to flash away as a knockup comes down. Justice Punch kind of interrupted by bjergsen. Sven is life-stealing the best that he can. perkz is holding on to that unleashed power while DOUBLELIFT kept the Elder Dragon engaged.
They're just going to go for this. They have 2 Drakes right now, and they know they got G2 very slow. That was a hard reset, but G2 completely abandoned him.
I'm so in love with you.
Sets up on the flank. He's got flash available to him and can look for another Cataclysm in the river. It was so impactful. Instead, Hornster's just going to waltz right in. Flag and drag for the engage. Gets it down onto perkz. And Sven, heroic entrance. This has to be the game. Svenskeren a target. How is Sven not dead? The time's coming out. Sven stays alive. The stun comes down. And finally, Sven and perkz are killed. The North American LCS are taking down EU. Expect and Trick are running for their lives. Believe me, G2, this game is over.
41 minutes in, they get the initiation once again on Sven. Deficio, we talked a lot about what they should do. Well, they did it. They pulled off the initiation, and that's why they're winning. That's going to be the game.
The Nexus turrets are falling as DOUBLELIFT hops forward, unkilled, untouched, and unthreatened. Team Solo Mid strike first in Rift Rivals 2017.
Gotta feel slightly satisfying for TSM. It's no MSI victory, but they still, as Deficio, as Quickshot said, strike first here at MSI. With the Galio, with DOUBLELIFT on a hyper carry, stalled out a little bit in the mid to late game against G2, but they do take him down.